Well, that saves the battery, though. That's a good deal.
It's a good time.
Howdy! Don't you laugh. Okay, I'm going to try to do episodes for Be Kind on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and sometimes on Saturdays. I will be putting this video on my personal channel as well for my vlogs, so my family and friends can see it. Not a lot to talk about really today, except that my wife and I just got done doing a job, and we got to get her some more printer paper, or a printer ink cartridge, another black ink cartridge, here in a day or two. We'll probably do some more work on Thursday afternoon, so I'm going to continue filming this, but I'm going to bring something up I wanted to show my wife, and she'll look over my shoulder. One of the things I do is I basically that's him right there. I noticed an individual at Walmart earlier that's on the person of interest list for our agency, and had to send off the information to my boss, who will send it to his boss. But I ran off this morning without either of my phones I use. I've got 3 phones. One is for a business I just started, and I've got to put some time on it. It's a pay-as-you-go phone, but the other 2 phones, one of them is actually really important, and it's not my touchscreen phone, and I wish I'd have had it with me. I also didn't have my credentials with me. A few of you know what those are. I'm not going to share it on this channel. They're in a little thing like all cops carry, and when I open it up, it's got the badge and the ID card in it. And yes, I'm retired, I'm an old man, but I got recalled, and it's kind of like when you go into the military, you sign an oath, and that oath carries out on you throughout the rest of your life, is to serve the country and protect the Constitution. You're not swearing fealty to just people, you're swearing it to the Constitution of the United States, and that's what a lot of folks do not know. Lynn, would you pour the last of that in here, please? Oh, that looks so inviting. I can't give the name out of the individual I saw. I just showed her a photograph of him. He's actually a celebrity in what he's doing in Sulphur, Oklahoma. I don't know, but he's also anti-American, very much so. I will say that his nation of origin is Mexico. He's a naturalized American citizen, and he's Muslim. That's all I'm going to say. And anyway, so I saw him. I had to write his name down in my handy dandy little notebook because I didn't have any phones with me. Well, I got it all sent off, and that's all taken care of. My son Benjamin is pulling the transmission out of his pickup. He dropped the pipes where they join the exhaust manifold on my van. I'm not going to look at them today. Probably do it Thursday morning. Tomorrow I've got to take Benjamin to Ada to the engine hospital. Let me see if had to reply to my son Brandon. Anyway, life is busy. I mean, it's always busy here as part of who we are. After I get this uploaded and uploaded on the vlog channel, my personal channel, then I will be going into the house. I do have other things I need to do out here, but all work and no play makes Tucklow a dull boy, you know. And I have an affliction that I need to speak about, and it's an affliction that is not a good thing to have. It's psychological. I have concluded, and my wife agrees with me, that I'm an extremely high-functioning person with Asperger's syndrome, autism. I think my brother Christopher has the same thing. We're both very high-functioning. It makes it hard to concentrate when everything you do well. It's like a master of all trades and a jack of none, rather than a jack of all trades and a master of none. And it makes it hard to pay attention sometimes. It makes it hard for me to focus. With one exception that I've excelled at, that I'm still doing, and that is I'm probably one of the best investigators in the continental United States. And I'm not bragging when I say that. I'm really, really proficient at it. Makes it hard on me because there's other areas I have keen interest in, and so I'm working on all that too. I'm going to have a replica of a human skull up here on this shelf here probably next time I do this. I've got a jar I had my pet centipede Cecil in, Cecil the centipede. He got out, he got executed, and the particular type centipede he was, his bite is lethal. And I'm not going to have anything like that in here anymore. The jar I was using is a custom round jar. Walmart sells some very similar, but that one is actually from France, and it's hand blown, and it's actually worth some money, but I'm going to clean it out, clean it up, and use it for what I used to use it for. I put cookies and crackers and goodies in there, and my grandkids would come into this office and they would get goodies from Pawpaw. And I'm going to start stocking my fridge again in here. My wife and I will be in here through the summer working, and it's just part of what we do now. I've got to get, I thought it was a simple fix. Part of the simple fix has been done on my van, replacing the catalytic converter, but I've got to look up in there and ascertain whether the little deal sticking down from the exhaust manifolds are actually part of the manifold, or they are the old donut gaskets for it. And I believe they're the latter. I won't know till I look up in there with a spotlight and see if there's a place where a demarcation line inside the exhaust. And if there is, we will shoot it with PB blaster, and then we'll try to get them down out of there. And I will get new ones once I've got an old one to take and do a comparison with. I got a 2-hour restriction on my Facebook account this morning. Why? Because I tried to post a Calvin and Hobbes cartoon, something I've done a lot of. I'm an avid Calvin and Hobbes fan. I think the cartoonist that did that series is a genius, just like Gary Lawson from The Far Side. And I tripped the algorithm somehow. It started out, I was posting a video of my late friend doing a concert, Steve Harden, and they took exception to that, and they restricted me for 22 hours for that one. Then I got a 13-hour restriction. Then I got a 10-hour restriction. Now I got a 2-hour restriction. Like my friend Monty Jones says, I'm a lightweight. You know, I haven't done hard time in Facebook jail yet. I'm working on it though, Monty. I'm trying to get to the point I become a convict. But anyway, get convicted. I made a statement that I believe the Facebook fact checkers have never lived in the real world. I hope this doesn't get restricted for saying that, but I really believe that. Most of them are not old enough to have actually really lived and experienced anything. And bear in mind, social media, by and large, for the most part, is about controlling you. My wife just got a phone call she has to take. Well, it never gets boring around here, I'll say that anyway. I haven't gotten around to it, but I'm going to change the name of this channel to Let's Be Kind. L-E-T'(S) Be Kind. It won't be today. It is so everybody will know to be kind. You know, I started reading again in the book of Matthew last night, where Jesus actually gives us instructions for life. One of these days I'll read it on here. Let me see. If you want to find it, Matthew chapter 5 is where you need to go. And it's all red lettered in your Bible, red lettered on my phone Bible. And I'm going to read the first two paragraphs. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. I read 3, I lied. Who was that, Sugar?
That was Lisa. Shai will not be riding the bus home. She's going to keep him while he's in the mood to work. She's going to keep him, and well, he's got some projects he's got to finish before school's out. And she's going to drop him by the house on the way out.
That's about my son, my grandson, Cheyenne, who's extremely talented, and I was talking about higher functioning Asperger's. He is a creative genius, and I will say that with pride in my heart. he is a creative genius, and he's got projects he's got to get done before school is out. And school is out this coming month, I guess, first
The
week.
16th.
The 16th of May.
May.
And anyway, and my grandson Ashton, who's also 6 foot tall or thereabouts, 16 years old, in his own right is a creative genius as well. And they always have to be doing something, and that kind of describes me to a T right there. I have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder most of the time, and that is a real thing. However, I was explaining to my wife at breakfast yesterday, one of the reasons that I have a certain agency came back and reactivated me. You really fall into three categories of reasoning. You're either deductive, inductive, or a combination of both, and most folks are a combination of both. Me, I'm almost a purely inductive reasoner rather than deductive. What does an inductive reasoner do? They look at the overall picture and know the answer before they ever work out how to get to it. And then you work out and process by deduction and forced deduction how to reach the conclusion. And that's me. And I have a success rate of, as an investigator, I hate to say this, and it's not bragging, it's just a fact, of 100%. I really do. I don't miss anything, and that's why they like me and why they call me back to doing it again after I'd already retired. I see things other people don't see. My oldest adopted son, Dale Fullerton, likes to emphasize with his wife and daughter situational awareness. Always be aware of your situation. That is a necessary tool for police officers, because you're out there and it's you against the whole world as far as bad guys go. And most cops in Oklahoma, especially southern Oklahoma, do not have a partner riding with them. They go singly, especially sheriff's deputies, which is what Dale is. And he's had his eyes opened on a few things. Dale retired after 22 and a half years from the state of Oklahoma. He directed a department, and he was in charge of it, in charge of everybody in it. And he told me something a while back, I'm not sure exactly when it was. Since he went to work at the Carter County Sheriff's Office, he's seen more shootings and investigated more shootings than he did in the entire 22 and a half years as a police officer up in Oklahoma City. In Oklahoma City, let that sink into you, sink in your brain. Things have gotten worse, folks, and they're going to continue to get worse. And so, I'm not trying to be over dramatic, but I'm going to state this. Get you one of these and learn how to use it. It doesn't have to be a 45 1911. It needs to be a handgun of some type. And learn and become proficient with it. God helps those who help themselves. And there are a lot of pacifists, and I understand that. I'm not one. I'm a bird dog, been that way my entire life. Or guard dog, I should say. Not a bird dog. Sheepdog, yeah. But become proficient and learn to use your weapon of choice and keep it close. Now, there are people that would go into a blue funk. They would probably become extremely depressed if they ever had to actually take a life.
That would be me.
that would be my wife. My advice to them, especially women, my wife carries a really heavy purse. She commented on how heavy my overalls are that I wear. I carry an extra 28 pounds of weight on me every day, but it's got a lot of stuff I need in them. That's why I like them. They got pockets everywhere. But carry a big purse and get you the smallest can of wasp spray you can find. Because let me tell you something. You can carry mace, you can carry bear spray, all that's good and all that, but let me tell you something. You get someone that is hopped up on angel dust or anything else, drugs that, and you shoot them with bear spray or mace, they may not go down and they may still attack you, but you carry wasp spray and practice with it, get you 2 cans and practice aiming with it, you can shoot about 20 feet and accurately, and use that if you don't want to really be responsible for the demise of someone. I carry a gun, have my entire adult life, and I will continue to do so, and most of my adult friends carry one. Well, that's all I've got for today. I'm going to get off of here and load this up and send it along its merry little way, and then I want you to remember something. This old man sitting here loves you. Even if I don't know you, I love you, and I try to follow the admonition of Christ. I fail miserably most of the time, but I'm in a constant state of repentance, so I guess it's all good. And like the sign up there says, be kind. Concentrate on being kind. Bye.